Welcome to part 14. We are still in the Goron Mines, and we are still trying to save the Goron Patriarch. But first, let's scale this wall with the iron boots. Now, I swear, Link should be losing his balance, but we are still operating under video game logic. Anyway, go this direction, and we will approach a treasure chest. And inside said treasure chest will be our final heart piece of this dungeon. Yay, more health. And what we want to do now is go along this wall again, but this time go in the opposite direction. Although statues are spinning around in the center, they are actually this game's version of Beamos. They're back, and they're just as annoying as ever, but they're actually more easier to defeat this time around, and I will show you later on in this video. What you want to do here now is go to this area with a rope, cut said rope with the sword, and it will release a drawbridge. Ooh. Alright, and then we know where to go now. Just drop on down onto the newly opened drawbridge and just go through the door. Yeah, it's pretty simple. And this cutscene will show us the grandness of this area right here. And there are Bulblin archers. Yay! So, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it this time around except run, because there's no hawk grass for us to use on these guys. And, but don't worry, it will be remedied later on, trust me. Go this way first, be careful, there's a Beamos right there, and open this treasure chest to get a small key. Okay, so small, that's a little small treasure chest that has a small key. I mean, consistency game. All the small keys thus far that are in treasure chests are big. Anyway, in this room we have more of these rotating platforms. Similar to the ones we've encountered earlier in the big crane room that has lava. Again, just time your jumps to make sure you jump on when they are flat, and, well, you won't fall into the area below. Now this big platform here, it's so big that there are magnetic areas to equip your iron boots at, and you can go across it two ways. You can take the safe route, like right here with the 3 magnetic plates here, or be risque, go across, get to the one in the center, take off the boots, and quickly run to the other side. Now, here's the thing, see that little break in the middle between those two paths? You cannot climb on it, and I pay for it dearly, as you're about to see. And this is just ridiculous. I mean, you would expect to just get onto this area. You can climb up to areas like this, but instead you would fall down just like this. Thankfully, there is water below and one single Tektite. So all you have to do is just climb back up and try this again. And in this room is another Goron Elder. Yay! Alright. Alright, come on. Let's talk so you can give me the big key. Well, your piece of the big key. So we can move on and get this out of the way. Yay. Yeah. So how are they communicating to one another? Do they have special Goron telephones? Some special wire service? Anyway, he's going to explain that there is a special item that can help us throughout this dungeon. Well, I'm guessing it's the dungeon treasure. And, well, he says it's up ahead, so let's go get it. But first, let's go open this treasure chest to get some more money. Now, the thing about these Goron Elder rooms, there seems to be a sumo ring in each of them. And I'm guessing they're kind of break rooms, because I see chairs in these rooms as well. Are the Gorons too... the Gorons are too big to sit in these chairs. unless they're for little Goron children or for human guests. And I'm imagining that the Gorons work in the mine one day and they take a break and, oh man, the mines are rough today. Yeah, I know. Let's wrestle! Ugh! I could see them wrestling on their off times, like proving who's stronger and all that, but... and here's the thing. These Gorons right here, their whole culture is based on sumo wrestling. I mean, they're wearing the traditional sumo wrestling diapers. I know they probably have some official name, but I'm calling them sumo wrestling diapers because that's what they essentially are. They're diapers. But what do I know? I mean, the rest of the Gorons in the series do not wear clothes. I mean, except for those Goron merchants in Wind Waker, but they just wear nice Hawaiian shirts. I'm thinking they're Hawaiian shirts. Yeah, they're Hawaiian shirts. That's what they basically are. But I'm rambling again. Go through this door right here, and we will encounter the one who is guarding the special item that we need to finish this dungeon. I'm sure he's a reasonable guy, right? Yeah, I mean, even though the door is sealed, it's a malfunction, right? Whoa! I'm a Hylian, dude. Uh-oh. Yeah. Apparently he did not get the memo that I'm actually here to help you guys. So, he is going to fight us, and thus, our mini-boss of this dungeon begins. A mini-boss fight. Yay. So what you want to do here is you have to essentially attack the only spot that is not covered up by this armor, his belly. And when you do so, he will curl up into a ball, roll, and he will attempt to hit you. And what you're supposed to do is try and grab him so that you can toss him over into the lava below. And it takes me a little bit before I get my act together, but I eventually get the job done. Now, this music you're hearing right now, it's essentially it's going to be the mini-boss music that you will hear throughout the game. Because remember, in the Forest Temple, the boss, the mini-boss theme for Ook is essentially a remix of his own theme. So, yeah. Anyway, there's this nice little bit of an inconsistency that I want to point out when I toss him into the lava right here. Apparently he gets hurt by the lava. Okay? Now, in Majora's Mask, when you play as Goron Link, he can walk in lava just fine without getting hurt. I mean, Zelda games have not been exactly known for their consistency, but still, a little bit of continuity, folks. Anyway, eventually he will be tossed in enough after 3 times that he finally gets the message. Yay. Well, that and a pair of good old iron boots. Alright, let's go. And how is that rising, by the way? I mean, just look at that. Oh, by the way, this guardian of the weapon or the item that we are about to get, his name is Dangoro. And, well, good match, good sir. You had a good fight. I mean, sure, you wailed on me a few times, but, that's fair. And here's the thing, as big as this guy is and as heavily armored as he is, he only takes off a quarter of heart for each hit he slugs out at you. I mean, to think, you would think a bigger guy would deal like at least a half a heart's worth of damage or a full heart's, but no, a quarter heart because the game just happens to be fair like that. I mean, Shadow Beast takes away a full heart of health, but not this guy. No. Okay. It's over. We're moving on. Thank goodness. Alright, and there is the treasure, the item we need to continue onward. So what can it be? What is so important that this Goron would guard it with his life? The Hero's Bow! Yes! Woohoo! Finally, a worthy long-range weapon! And again, I keep forgetting that you have to press the up on the upper control pad to activate the item screen. You know, I kind of miss the just pressing start and selecting your items. It'll make things so much simpler. Oh yeah. So what you're supposed to do now is take your newly acquired Hero's Bow and aim it at this rope that holds up the drawbridge. Timber! And that's that. Don't kill the torch slug. And now that we have the bow, we gain access. Arrows will start appearing all over the overworld. Yay. And now we are going to enter this room that is full of Beamos and torch slugs too, but mostly Beamos. I mean, they look innocent right now. They're no threat. So let's just pull this one out so we can move on. And oh my goodness, hello. Yeah, by going anywhere near the Beamos and trying to pull on them, they will activate and they will try to blast you with their laser beams. But they are easily defeated with the Hero's Bow. So let's just aim carefully and bam, no threat. I mean, in the past, Beamos have been destroyed using bombs, but I like that you can shoot them with an arrow and they're just dead like that. At least shoot their glowy pinkish eye thing. And if you're standing right here in the center, no threat whatsoever. I mean, they can't even blast me. They can't even see me. I mean, I'm just right there smack in the middle, but they can't hurt me. And once their eyes are taken out, they're essentially just as statues now. Yay. You bring the name of Beamos to shame, Beamos. And it makes me wonder. I mean, it's kind of bizarre, but not that bizarre that the Gorons would have this kind of technology, you know? Granted, it's 100 years, well, 100 years, hundreds of years since Ocarina of Time, or Majora's Mask, as it were. It would make sense that the Gorons would advance technologically. I mean, building all these contraptions for mining, I mean, those cranes with magnetic material, technologically advanced Beamos, it would make sense. And this place, this could actually be Dodongo's Cavern if the Gorons had essentially gone in and start mining the place. I mean, there's evidence to support it. I mean, enemies that inhabit Dodongo's Cavern are here. Beamos, for example. Fire keys. Dodongos themselves. I mean, sure. I mean, there are plenty of things to that remind you of this place. So, anyway, before we move on to this area, there is a door. There is one, well, as you just saw, one of the Beamo statues is blocking an area that has a treasure chest that leads to the compass, so that we can see all remaining treasure chests. Yay. And another Beamo statue is blocking a way into this door, which has the room that has the final Goron Elder. Yay. Alright. And this guy looks very different. Is that face paint? Has he been into the lava too many times that his skin has burnt? And, I don't even want to know. Well, anyway, we got our last shard of the boss key, and now we have the completed key so we can go in and save their patriarch. Oh, and there's a nice 50 rupees. I love money. Well, we're done here. Let's move on. Now we have to backtrack all the way to the boss key. And instead of just backtracking from the other area, let's just go around in a circle because, well, I mean, you could essentially go back the way we came. We can go back through the room where we got the hero's bow and the room where we encountered the mini-boss and just backtrack that way back to the, what is essentially the area where all those boblins are shooting fire arrows at you. But no, we're going to explore the rest of this place because why? What? Well, there is treasure to behold, and we like treasure. Oh, hi, fire keys. No chance. Die. And you cannot burn my shield, since I don't have a wooden one. Now, this area right here, it's essentially a way to get for you to essentially learn manual aiming with your hero's bow, because there are torch slugs up on these ceiling pillars, I believe, and it's just a matter of aiming carefully and striking down the slugs. And then at this next jumping area, there are a couple of Dodongos, and we're going to kill them with arrows because it's going to be kind of hard to maneuver on these things. You can accidentally fall into the lava and respawn at a certain point, and that will not be good. And I want to take this opportunity right now as I kill a bunch of things to let you know that this version of Link will not get a magic meter. Yeah, you know how in past 3D Zelda games or past games in general, most of the Links would gain access to a green magic meter courtesy of a great fairy or some other magical means? And this Link will not get that meter. And here's the thing. I have seen development photos of this game. I have seen things, and I've read things, and this Link was supposed to get a magic mirror just like the others. I don't know why they took it out, but hey, it's going to make things a little bit more challenging for him because this Link will not get the ability to charge up his spin attack. You will not have access to spells like Din's Fire. And the only thing magical about him is through his partner, quote-unquote, the Imp. And, well, we'll see later on that she's the one with all the power and so on and so forth. But I think it makes this Link more awesome that he has to rely on his own strengths, his own ingenuity, his own skill. And that's one of the things I like about this game. But, yeah, even though we will not get any fire arrows or ice arrows in this game, there is a nice arrow combination that we can make, and I will show that to you at some point in a future video. Alright, come on. And, come on, Dodongo, get into range so I can kill you. One more should do it. And die. Now the torch slugs I understand, but how does the Dodongo stay up there? Now, perhaps if you take a really close look at them, they probably have suction cup feet, and maybe that's how they're staying up there. Maybe they have metal feet paw things, and that's how they're staying up there. I don't know. Speaking of metallic things, just hit that thing, that metal tractor beam will activate, and, well, we're on the ceiling again. Yeah, we're walking on the sea again. Oh, what a feeling. And if this were real life, the blood would be rushing into Link's head, and that would not be a comfortable feeling. Alright, so from here, just aim the bow at the crystal switch, the gate would open, and drop down immediately like I just did. And in we go. Or out we go, actually, because this takes us back to the main crane room. Now, this treasure chest right here contains 50 rupees. If you have enough room in your wallet to get it, grab it. Because remember, if your wallet is maxed out, you cannot get the rupee. You have to put it back, and you may have to come back here at a later point to get the rupee. So, and I do not like backtracking into dungeons for this very reason. Excuse me. Alright, now we have to get back down there, and there are two ways you can do it. You can either risk just jumping off from here, and you can either make it to the platform or get consumed by lava, or you can just take the nice easy way. Just go right here, activate this crane, and it will take you back to the second level. And yeah, and by doing so, it will create a nice little shortcut between levels now. Yay. And inconsistency right here. I mean, look at this. While upside down on the crane, Link's floppy hat is downward. While he's walking on the ceiling at other points, it's just its regular position. It's not falling down. And continuity error, game modeling inconsistency. Anyway, in this room, we will encounter a new enemy, the water toad pulley. And these things will spit something at you, and our goal is to reflect them off the shield to prevent damage, and to use our trusty bow and arrow to kill them. Now, these things are essentially a poor man's substitute to the Octoroks. And here's the thing. The Octoroks are not in this game. I mean, they've been a Zelda enemy since game 1, but nope, they are not in this game. No, no, no. Alright, after you kill the last of these enemies, there are two options. We can either repeat the process of using those magnetic tractor beams along the wall, or we can just use the bow and arrow right here at the gate and just shoot the crystal switch. Easy. Alright, so we're almost there. We are almost done. So in part 15, let's see if we can rescue the Patriarch. See ya.